quarantine.
Yeah, exactly. That's good.
It's
Quarantine
the
is
opposite.
helpful for those.
Exactly.
That's
Hi, Rana and Sarah. How are you?
Hi, how are you?
Hi.
Hi, everyone.
Hi. Hi. How are you?
Good, you?
Good. Thank you.
Did you get the pictures, Rana?
Yes.
I didn't. So are you going?
I will share it with you.
Are you going to share them with us?
Sure.
I heard that I was a little bit very
Yeah.
very serious yesterday with the picture. So we had to have a smile. Although I'm always cherished, but I don't know why I had this profile yesterday.
لا, it's okay. They are nice صراحة.
Thank you for sharing later on.
Thank you.
Okay, some people are at least still coming, and I hope that we will be having. Do you know, Rana or Sarah, do you have any updates about who we should be expecting today?
We are waiting for Hassan.
I am already there.
Hassan is there. Raja is there. There's somebody else like connected. Suraya is
Iyad. We are waiting for Iyad. Naila. Rola could not join. Just we are waiting for Iyad and Naila.
Perfect. Great. So let's just wait for them for a couple of minutes because it's a important session.
Please, Rola.
Also,
anybody
will Rana also join us? Yeah.
Sorry, Ilona.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
If Ilona was just asking Sarah if Rana is joining us, so
Yeah.
that's all. Oh, yeah. Does any of the mentors who are present have any questions about the classroom or the assignments or anything? Dania? No, you were just waving. Okay.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, Rana.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
Good.
Yeah. Did you receive my email, Laura?
I did. Thank you. And I was just replying to you, and it was very nice surprise that you had the link of to those videos.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to having just finding out what people are kind of expecting.
Good.
They are sharing those as well. Okay. Very nice. I have been the whole morning actually yesterday and today. I can share with you, I've been attending this Dubai World Expo event with Education Finland, that it was supposed to be there physically in Dubai, but then they decided to move it completely online. So
really? Virtually?
Yes. So it was virtually the whole thing. And
wow.
How does that work?
Yeah,
you're online and people can ask you questions, or how do you do it?
It was more or less like that. First, I gave my own presentation on how to develop entrepreneurial skills and mindset from pre-education to the end of vocational education and learning. And after that presentation, then people, well, basically not just like they were writing to chat, and then the moderator was forwarding questions to me, but there wasn't any face-to-face questions or time for that. But we actually did have coffee lounges in between, and in those sessions there were also some participants attending, and it was fun. It was fun and a nice event, and it's starting to work surprisingly well, organizing even these big online events. I feel like there has been so much happening that people are very skilled at organizing those already. So very interesting.
كيفكم جميعا؟ بدي أطمن على والدة إياد صراحة، ما حكينا هذيك المرة. أنا عم بقول لرنا ما حكينا مع إياد. طمنا جوفاني.
المفروض
هي طلع اونلاين.
طلع أونلاين. طب جريت.
هي باللحظه هاي. ايوه هلا.
طب جريت. هي كويسة؟ هي إياد صح. And how is Mervi, guys? What's happening with her? Mervi went through a surgery. I don't know what it is.
Yes,
But
yes,
she was in the hospital?
It was a planned surgery. It wasn't anything like anything dangerous. It was just something that needed to be get in order, basically. So she's fine. But it was like a big procedure, so she's been really needing some time to recover. So still on a sick leave, unfortunately. So
yeah, sure. Send her our greetings, actually.
Yes, thank you. I will. But she will definitely come and say hello as soon as she comes back.
Sure, I know.
Yeah.
Hi, Ian. Muted.
By the way, Rana and everyone else, it was exactly. Sorry, yeah, go ahead.
Yes. Okay. No. Hi, Ian.
هاي كيفك رنا؟
We just want to make sure that your mom is okay.
She's fine. لا عدت منها. She's fine. Yeah.
Alhamdulillah. Okay.
Thank you.
Sorry, Anna. Go ahead.
No problem.
سلامة يا إياد.
هلا.
سلامتها يا أستاذ إياد.
الله يسلمكم. عندك تليفون بس مبين. كان بيجاوب. Yes, Anna.
No, I was just going to say my Facebook reminded me on Sunday that it was exactly 4 years ago that Mervi and Bob and I first came to Ramallah for the first session.
Wow.
So 4 years ago today we were there.
It's like today?
Yeah.
February 2nd.
Wow. Yeah, I think our first session was January, the last of January. So
yes, this is the second
last
one.
day was. This was the first session, but the third day of the last session. So
yeah, the third day. Yeah, because the beginning was the end of January.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, interesting. Nice memories.
Yeah, it flew by quickly 4 years ago.
Yeah, wow. It's like yesterday, actually.
I know.
This we should not calculate those 2 years with COVID-19 in our.
True, they don't count. Only 2 years ago.
Yeah. Actually, also Raja, she's joining us today. You all know Raja.
Hello.
And, hello, hi Raja.
Hi. I'll be on mute and with no video.
Yes.
Okay. But nice that you can join us, Raja.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah,
I think we're. Sorry, Rana.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just commenting that we were waiting for Naila, who was stuck in traffic apparently, but like I think if it's going to take longer for her to join, maybe she can just join us afterwards and we can get started, because I know that Anna and Ilona they have prepared a lot for us today and very important aspects, and I really hope that most of you are able to stay here and until the end, because it's going to be about the next steps and what's going to happen now that this final session of these workshop is now ended. But we still have a lot coming up, and it definitely doesn't mean that the mentors training is now. So definitely looking forward to today's materials that Ilona and Anna have prepared for us. I can move the floor to Anna now, who's going to just brief you what's there for us for today. Thank you, Anna.
Thank you, and hello, everyone. Ilona actually has the slides, so you can have those on the screen for you all. But while she gets them on the screen, first off, would like to know what is the most important thing for each and every one of you today. You can write in the chat, what do you need from us, so we can make sure that we are covering everything that's important. So in the chat, take a few minutes to think. what do you most need from us in this session today?
Do we have to count like 1, 2, 3 and everybody press it? Or there's something already. Somebody has read Rana. Suggestion for program workshops timings. Okay.
Techniques for effective mentoring. Yes, yeah, we will be covering that. Yes, Giovanni is writing about teachers that are being selected. Rana, I'm sure you can help us with that today and where we are in the selection process. Practical examples. Oh, thank you, Rana. So the teachers will be announced early next week. Perfect. Okay, the chat is getting quiet now. So if there's anything that you want to add, you can always write in the chat, and also don't hesitate to just put your mic on and ask as we move on. And we'll make sure in the end that all of these are being covered. So we'll come back to this. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Quickly, the agenda for today. We will talk about the assessment process and your role in it, and also how the participating teachers will be assessed. We will go back to mentoring strategies. I know you covered some of that with Ilona in the previous sessions, so we will continue on those, and also tackling challenges. After that, we'll take a short break. Then we'll go back to the mentoring roadmap that's been updated now. We'll talk about the first mentor meeting in more detail and the next steps. And in the end, we will make sure we still have enough time for any questions that you have at that point before closing. And that's our session today. And actually now it's time for Ilona to talk about the mentoring strategy. Assessment first.
Yeah, thank you, Anna. I wrote down the things also from the chat, and maybe some of the things we have already talked like last time, but then we will talk again.
Perfect, thank you.
I was thinking that Rana was saying that everybody knows Raja, but then I was looking at it that I don't actually remember. And I was looking at that Raja hasn't also, she has been, or he has been invited into the Google Classroom, but has not come there.
Raja is part of the Quadumi staff.
Okay.
Yes.
So, but it's not in the Google Classroom. Okay. Yeah.
I can actually add her if I haven't done.
No,
so.
it's been added, but hasn't.
Oh, okay.
Invitation
Okay.
hasn't been accepted. So that's the only thing that I was looking at, like who has introduced themselves in the Google Classroom and who hasn't. So.
Yeah. Okay, but Raja is part of the staff.
Yeah.
Sorry for not informing that.
Yeah, sorry, Ilona. I thought
okay. Yeah.
everyone, yeah.
Yeah, because I don't remember seeing before, or
Yes.
and also not in the Google Classroom either.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So last time on Monday, I had planned that we could have looked at the assessment, but we didn't actually have the time. So we will go to the assessment now. Like, how are the teachers going to be assessed? And that's basically like you are there to help in the assessment. Now the assessment altogether is that what is in a way assessment as well, that of course the teachers will in a way learn something new. Is the cognitive side of learning, and sometimes we try to make this more conscious, so that in a way that the teacher will become more conscious about their cognitive, what they have learned during the time. But then of course there's also the emotions, and maybe like we've been talking a lot about the value sides and so forth, and you become aware of that as well. But actually we are also looking at here the actions. What are they going to be doing? And you are kind of the support system, and also what their colleagues are supporting what they are doing, and the whole school, maybe the principal, and even last time Monday we were talking about the parents as well, and also the students' input are supporting the actions of the teacher. There needs to be personal reflection of the teachers during the process, and kind of the collective reflection as well, because you are reflecting, you are giving in your open discussions with the mentee group. It's also because it's a group mentorship, so there's a collective reflection as well. So everybody is reflecting and giving feedback to each other. You are giving feedback to each and every of your mentees, but they also should be giving feedback to each other. So there needs to be this kind of reflection, collective and personal, and also kind of critical reflection as well into their own actions, that like we were talking on Monday, that failures also needs to be assessed and also celebrated in a way, because that's when the learning will happen, and that's when they will be kind of pushing themselves to the next boundaries. So it needs to be critically reflected and becoming more aware of okay, these are the actions that I did. Was it something that I expected to happen, or what actually happened, and so forth. So it's a really big process in a way. But then we have these certain kind of criteria as well for you to go through. So the teachers after the whole program need to be able to act with a developer mindset. So, and the developer, we were looking at the innovator mindset also on Monday, and looking at the growth mindset and so forth. So the developer mindset has these both aspects: the innovator mindset, which we analyzed quite well on Monday, about risk taking and being action oriented and so forth. It's all listed on Monday. If you were not there on Monday, you can look at the video and the slides as well. And then they need to be introducing the innovation and the project in practice. So that means that they need to be doing something in practice in their school with the students and so forth. So that's something that they need to be able to do. And then also make those results that come out of it, out of the project and the innovation activities, make them visible somehow. And for that visibility part, I think that will be kind of, for example, the Google sites that they will do where they present what they have done. So and it can be having photographs, videos, writing, and mind maps or whatever, sort of making it visible. The criteria then for this developer mindset, what is there, and this is from the Finnish the certificate kind of standards that if anybody would go through this same program, even in Finland, so this would be the same kind of criteria. So the teachers act with a developer mindset in a way that they are able to exploit the opportunities, that they're able to use those opportunities that are provided for them in operating in the school environment. So the opportunities that are given to them, maybe by you or through the benchmarking and so forth, and also maybe interacting with their colleagues and so forth, that they're able to use those opportunities and exploit them in a way and to develop their work as teachers. So the benchmarking of innovations then, it can be like we were also looking at the benchmarking canvas on Monday, and we were looking at what is benchmarking and what is bench learning as well. And so the benchmarking of the innovations at school level, and we were also talking last time that is the school level is going to be in Palestine, in Jordan, in the Middle East, or can it be also like OEP projects that were done, for example, in India, that we can show you, and those can be benchmarked, or for example something that has been done even in Finland or elsewhere, or then also bench learning across different sectors. Well, like we were looking at on last Monday as well about this across different sectors. That, for example, what has been done in marketing or in technical, manufacturing or whatever. That is there something that could also be utilized, for example, in the project, not exactly like a cookie cutter, but something that you can learn from it and take some aspects of it. So this is something that means that the teachers need to act with a developer mindset, and through the benchmarking, they are able to use existing resources to advance the school's kind of objectives and targets as well. So those resources that they have, of course, this is the thing that we can't from here give them more resources, more material or more money or whatever the resources that they think that they need to have, but they need to use those particular existing resources and then advance the school's objectives and targets for that particular learning that is happening there. They also must take up the challenges, and this is again because of the growth mindset, so that the challenges are not being afraid of something of the challenges and so forth, but it's take it up and understand that this is where you have to push yourself, and then they identify those problems and start looking for the solutions in cooperation with others. So nobody's expected to work just alone, but they need to be working together. And then they need to be kind of bold as well, to cross the boundaries and propose alternative viewpoints that maybe this could be done differently. And that needs also maybe pushing also from you, sorry, for them. There's something in the chat. The assessment criteria on this also found, as a PDF file. Thank you, Anna. Okay, this was about the developer mindset. So let's see. Then the other criteria for introducing the innovations in practice. So they plan their experiments or projects and take them into practice in their own classroom and in their own school. It can be also with several different classrooms or combination of students from different age groups or whatever. So it can be also innovative in that way, maybe, that not only like one level of age group, but also different levels of age groups and so forth. They need to be able to kind of combine the experiments in an innovative way. in a different new way, and that has not been done maybe before. Especially the SDGs, like you said, they haven't been maybe done before. So this is something that will be already innovative for them. And also if they do any kind of flipped learning, phenomenon-based learning and these kind of things, so that will be innovative already. Constantly assessing also the effectiveness of what they're doing. So this is, again, kind of, we always believe in this formative assessment that is ongoing, with different kind of checklists and or even quickly asking the students feedback and how was it working for you and so forth as well. It can be just thumbs up and thumbs down even, but kind of constantly doing it as well. And then because of the constant assessment, making improvements and further improving it on the basis of those results that have been kind of provided by the assessment. Promote the expansion of the culture of experimentation and this innovation in your own organization, so that should be the school. And finding out, maybe, this is kind of a difficult one, but this is in the criteria in Finland, that finding out about financing sources for innovation activities. But it's maybe enough just to find out. They don't have to find it to use it, but if they would like to kind of, this is to do with innovation scaling up, and if something needs to be taken then next somewhere else, that that how it could be possibly kind of financed as well. Teachers make innovation activities results visible. So that was the third category. And this is in a way that they act in different networks. So already the Menti group is one kind of a network, but also maybe other networks, parents, other NGOs in the area or whatever, where they could kind of introduce their what they're doing in their own classroom and in their project. And then they share the results, to us through the sites and so forth, and then find their own pathway in a way as a developer, and encouraging also others to adopt this kind of a mentality of continuous development of their own competencies. So these are the assessment criteria. And now we can go into groups. Wait.
Before we do it, just real quick.
Yeah.
If you want to pull out the PDF file from the Google Classroom folder, it may help you in your discussion. And also, this may seem like it's a lot and it's difficult to assess these things, but we will break this down over the course of the program. So a lot of the boxes will automatically be checked in a way. So we will break down the assignments so that they correspond with the criteria that you just saw. And we will also talk about practical examples of how the teachers are showing this development or this behavior. So when it's put into sentences like you saw in the criteria, it sounds more complicated than it will be.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
don't be discouraged if it sounds a lot. It sounds like a lot to take in now. Yeah.
And Laura, how many groups are we going to have? It says 3 or 4, but maybe 3 people.
Yeah.
Or if 2 people. How many?
We are having 2 groups.
2 groups.
Yes, we are having 2 groups with 3 people.
3 people. Yeah.
Yes. So we have 6 mentors. All the rest, I'm just double checking that all the rest are staff. Yes.
Yeah.
Shall I open them already, or do you want to brief something still?
Yeah, or I don't know if Rana, do you think that you want to go into these discussion groups as well, that in a way that should we take also other people into the same discussion groups, or how would that help at all?
So this discussion is about what?
The assessment criteria, because the mentors need to be giving kind of, they need to be working together with OEP in order to assess the teachers. So during the time, during the project, because they are mentoring them, and they're looking at how the project planning is going and how the benchmarking is going, that these criteria, what we just went through, that how, you know, what are the kind of thoughts on how are the mentors now able to assess the mentees according to these? And I'm just thinking that would it be good to have maybe 3 groups in a way that in each 3 groups there would be somebody from your organization or from even from our organization, or how?
So you have 3 groups?
Now it was only 2 if we only put the mentors into their own group.
Yeah, but if you want to distribute ourselves, so we will have
it would be 3 groups. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna join one group. I
Okay.
recommend that Raja join one group.
Raja could go to one and Rana one.
Yes.
I'll keep Rana and Sarah for just taking care of other logistics and and then from your side.
From our
Okay,
side.
maybe shall I add you, Ilona, to one of the groups?
Yeah, I can go to one group.
Okay, so I'll just.
The only question is it more beneficial to you if you're able to discuss this in Arabic without us for a moment? I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good question. What do you think?
Do you discuss it in Arabic usually when you go to small groups? Then you can do it. I mean, then there's one group of 2 people, and then I don't join, and then we will see. But at least you know, if Raja can go to one group and Rana goes to one group.
Okay.
And then there's one group of two mentors.
Can you, Ilona, repeat again the question, like the topic of the question, of the discussion?
So just talking about what we just went through, these are the criteria for teacher assessment. So these kind of 3 things: acting as a developer mindset, introducing the innovations in practice, and making it visible. So this was the developer mindset, and then the second part of you know, actually doing the kind of the innovation and the project, and then making it visible. So basically now in your group, how does it look like? Like what do you feel like? Because you are in a position that you are there with your mentees, with your teachers, and you need to be somehow at the same time looking at these criteria. Are you going along with these criteria and able to assess them together with then Laura and is I don't know, Irka or Ika and other people, isn't it?
Yeah, so Ilona, this is the way how you use it in Finland when you look at the assessment. So you want us to see if this is really we see the same thing doing this with our teachers, or if we have any comments, or if you want to add,
comments,
omit or add or something.
And also like how will you be doing it, that when you go through the process, because then the mentors need to be kind of on top of the things as well, that then at the end that they are able to provide us OEP kind of, you know, the information about how have the teachers been doing. Because if the teachers and the mentors are speaking Arabic and doing things in Arabic, you know, otherwise we will, because the mentors are kind of now the bridge in between, isn't it? So they need to be kind of understanding that these are the criteria for the assessment, and then pulling that information out and then also giving it to the OEP at the end in June.
Yeah, so this is like a guideline or a framework for where to look and how to look when you mentor the teachers. But let me tell you something, Ilona, that for this round, all the teachers who are participating, they can speak English. They can, because for us and for the mentors also we need your help. So that's why we wanted, we can't do it alone, and even if they speak in Arabic and we can deal with this, we want you also to interact with the teachers, because this will allow us to understand how you also have this dialogue with them and what you ask them. So that's why we took care of having them speaking English this round in specific. And then the second round, we will take it from there and we will have you supporting us. So don't worry about them speaking in English, maybe presenting, maybe in English, also in Arabic. Let's see. But don't worry about this. We will have you with us. We need you.
Yeah, exactly. So, we are not going anywhere.
I know. I mean, yes, I mean, if you want to rely on us because they speak Arabic, no, we want them to speak English because we want your support to tell us how we do it for now and for the rounds.
Exactly.
All right.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
But in a way, we are together. You are also kind of learning these assessment criteria, so that then you know that this is kind of the checklist to go through. That okay, in order for them to get the certificate, that this is what is expected, that they need to have developer mindset, this growth mindset, and they need to be able to do the kind of the project in their school and then make it visible to share other people.
Sure. I think understood. I don't know if anyone has
So in the chat box, I made a question topic for the group discussion. How are we able to assess the teachers during and after the program in order to make sure that they act with the developer mindset, introduce the innovation in practice, and make the results of the innovation activities visible? So you can just copy the question if you want to, but are you able to see that during the conversations? Maybe, but there anyway, in the chat box is like the topic for the discussion now.
But Laura,
the slides might be helpful to open the PDF file from the Google Classroom to have the criteria in front of you and you discuss. So I tried to send the link to the chat, but I'm not sure if the direct link works. But it is in the Google Classroom folder under assessment.
Yeah, is 15 minutes enough for you to talk, because this is a big thing?
I think 15 is good for now, and then we can just see if it kind of like encourages like questions or something a lot.
And on Mentimeter is kind of like, speech bubbles will come, so you can write many times, many thoughts, maybe questions and whatever. So
and I suggest that Dania and Iyad are going to be just the two of us, or two of them in the room. But like just a heads up that I think that Anna or Ilona is good that you like jump in their group at some point as well if they have a question. So just a heads up, Dania and Iyad, there will be somebody jumping into your group at some point.
Yeah. So it's now 14:40. So we come back
5 to
5 minutes. 5 minutes.
Who's with who?
So there is Dania and Iyad, it's one group. Hassan, Naila and Raja, Giovanni, Rana and Suraya.
All right.
Okay.
Good.
And just to make sure that the slides that you were showing us, it's at the PDF in the Google Classroom, yeah?
Yeah.
Because you want to look at
PDF is the slides all together.
Okay.
The same criteria in the PDF.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay.
So I'll just open the rooms now and you'll get the link.
Yeah, I will take the Mentimeter so I can show it here.
Great. Okay.
Well.
See you soon again. Bye.
Bye. And the chat box is the link to the Menti.
Laura, sieltä tuli joku pyyntö.
Mistä?
Joo, tuosta access to the item.
Mikä?
Mistä tuli?
Tuli sähköpostiin pyyntö. Raja ei päässyt siihen, mutta mä annoin nyt oikeuden siihen.
Aivan.
Koska hän ei liittynyt siihen Classroomiin.
Se ei ollut liittynyt sitä. Mä just sanoin, että se ei ole tullut.
Just niin.
Mä annoin hänelle nyt oikeuden niin kuin tähän
Yes.
failiin, kun hän oli klikannut siihen, tuli sähköpostiin pyyntö.
Hyvä.
Joo.
Toivottavasti hän saa sen nyt auki.
Joo. No niin. Eli about 5 vailla 3 vailla takaisin.
Joo, mutta sinne olisi hyvä tosiaan hypätä tuohon noiden kahden kanssa jossain välissä.
Joo.
Ajattelin,
että tämä on niin, ainakin mehän oltiin puhuttu just siis sitä, että tämä arviointi menisi niin, että mentorit tekevät tätä arviointia. Se voi olla, että se on vähän niin kuin liikaa samanaikaisesti mentoroida, jos yrittää arvioida. Kyllähän mekin totta kai tsekataan sitä aina koko ajan, miten ne opettajat on niin kuin mennyt eteenpäin. Ja sitten voidaan sanoa, että okei, tässä kohtaa check, tämä on tehty. check.
Niin.
Jotkut näistä tulee olemaan ihan helppojakin, että ne tulee automaattisesti tehtyä tavallaan, kun vaan on tässä ohjelmassa mukana, mutta voi olla, että täytyy niin kuin sit ihan lopuksi vaikka jokaisen mentorin kanssa ottaa semmoinen tapaaminen, että joku meistä istuu sen mentorin kanssa näin ja käy läpi ne hänen opettajansa, kun niitä on sitten se 3. Että onko jollain niin kuin...
Että onko siellä niin kuin tapahtunut just sitä semmoista, ehkä me kautta sitä semmoista growth mindsetia, että
Joo.
on tapahtunut semmoista ajattelun muutosta vähän sen.
Ja ihan käydä sitten tämä niin kuin lomake läpi kohta kohdalta. Eikö tavoite ole, että jokaiseen ruutuun saadaan laittaa niin kuin rasti, tavallaan kaivetaan se suoritus sieltä.
Joo.
Että heille niin kuin sit avuksi, että toki siis itse asiassa niin kuin enemmän suomalaisen opetussuunnitelman hengen mukaista olisi se, että tai sen lisäksi, että he kävisivät vielä sit niin kuin, siis tämän paperin kanssa vaikka niin sen keskustelun jokaisen mentoroitavan kanssa, että onko se niin kuin täyttänyt tämän.
Niin. Että miten ne itse niin ne opettajat kokee, että oletko sä nyt?
Niin, sellainenhan pitäisi itse asiassa siihen niin kuin ihan sitten loppuun tai ehkä johonkin puoliväliinkin heidän niin kuin mentoroitivien kanssa ottaa.
Että ollaan menossa läpi suuntaan.
Niin semmoinen niin kuin kahdenkeskinen lyhyt.
Joo.
Miksi mä en nyt siis löydä sitä assessment PDF:ää, mistä?
Se on siellä Drive-folderissa.
Drive-folderissa. Pitäisikö laittaa tuohon chattiin suora linkki?
Mä laitoin suoraan linkin.
Sä laitoit? Miksi?
Siitä se Rosa varmaan siihen pääsi.
Okei, mulla varmaan... no niin just.
Eli Classroomin kautta, jossa menet sieltä mikä se polku nyt on? Classwork ja sieltä Google Drive folder. Niin
joo, mutta miksi mä en näe sitä sun suoraa postausta? Miksi mä en
se on tuolla chatissa, mutta se varmaan jäi jo sinne.
Chatissa, joo. Mutta mä en ymmärrä, miksi mä en mukaan näkisi. Mä haluan nähdä sen. Tämä on outoa.
Siis tuolla chatissa.
Mutta täällä...
Ai niin, chatissa. Sori, mä luulin, että se oli sulla tuolla...
No niin. En postannut sitä sinne.
Joo, okei. Mä voin laittaa se kanssa siihen. Yes.
Joo. Täällä ei ole nyt ketään vielä täällä Mentimeterissä.
Mä luulen, että ne ehkä hetken joutuu siihen aikaan.
Mä laitan tuon Mentimeterin kanssa sinne WhatsAppiin.
Joo, hyvä idea. Toi on sellainen, että kun sitä katsot ollaan ensimmäistä kertaa ja kun on, vaikka me sitä vähän yksinkertaistettiin, niin ne on vaikeat lauseet, niin se on niin kuin semmoinen tulva.
Joo.
Että se tuntuu niin kuin vaikeammalta kuin mitä se sitten loppujen lopuksi on. Ja plus, että kun me tiedetään vähän niistä sisällöistä, mitä on tulossa, niin me nähdään jo, että niin kuin nämä asiat tulee sieltä helpostikin. Ja sitten kun he ei tiedä, mitä sieltä on tulossa, niin heillä on niin kuin ihan auki se, että no millä me nämä niin kuin katetaan.
Joo. Mutta mä luulen, että tämä on silti just sitä semmoista konkretiaa, mitä tuossa ihmiset tuohon chattiin laittoi aluksi jotkut, että kaipaisi semmoista tavallaan konkreettista jotenkin, että miten se nyt sitten tapahtuu, niin tämä on varmasti yksi semmoinen, mikä aika paljon myös johdattelee sitä, miten he sitä sanottaa siinä mentorointitilanteessa, koska he pitää jotenkin sitä kaivaa myös heiltä tätä tietoa sitten tähän taulukkoon, että tosi hyvä kyllä siinä mielessä.
Joo, täytyy kuljettaa tätä tässä nyt mukana ja sitten lähtee vielä avaamaan noita, että mitä semmoisia esimerkkejä, että miten konkreettisesti se opettaja voi nyt sitten osoittaa tämän, että miten se näkyisi hänen työskentelystään, että hän täyttää tämän kriteerin, niin me pitää pilkkoa tuota vielä sillä laikin.
Joo. Mutta tämä on kyllä tosi hyvä. Musta tämä checklist, jos itse saisin tämmöisen, niin musta tämä tuntuisi niinku just sellaiselta, että okei, näitä saattaa joutua lukemaan muutaman kerran näitä lauseita, mutta silti sellaiselta, että tämä on niinku kauhean, tähän niinku pystyy tarttumaan musta hyvin. Joo.
Ja mä vähän nyt sit siellä niin kuin muutin niitä suomalaisia just, että mä laitan siihen sen koulun esimerkiksi. Eli
Joo.
Teksteihin.
Yes.
Ehkä siellä on vielä joitakin, mitä voisi vieläkin enemmän niin kuin konkretisoida, tai laittaa vaikka niin kuin esimerkkejä sitten jokaiseen.
Joo. Just näin. Jokaisen pitää kaivaa jotkut esimerkit, mitä ne esimerkiksi voi olla.
Miltä se voisi näyttää. Niin.
Just näin, kyllä. Niin kuin example behaviors
tyyppisesti. Niin. Joo. Ne ei nytkään
helpottaa sitten havainnoimaan niitäkin, mitä me ei olla käytetty esimerkkeissä, kun niinku saa vähän kiinni, että mitä se voisi tarkoittaa.
Joo, just näin.
Mä poistun ihan hetkeksi, kun tässä on 5 minuuttia liikaa kahvia.
Joo. Mä mietin, Ilona, miten haluatko käydä tuolla poikkea nyt ennen kuin aika loppuu? Liitäks mä sut sinne?
Täällä ei ole kukaan niin kun nyt tullut sinne mentiin vielä kirjoittaa.
Jos mä heitän sut tuohon noitten kaa,
Että
Danian ja Iadin, sopiiksi?
Niin.
Niin kysäsen vähän niiltäkin, että mikä meno. Mä luulen, että jopa voi tehdä niin, että sä tiedätkö, jos sä et halua hakea nyt tässä välissä kahvia, niin et hyppäät vaikka molemmista, tai voihan mäkin käydä kysäsemässä. No, mä nyt laitan sut tuonne.
Joo.
Ykköseen.
Jes, täällä taas.
Yes. No Ilona meni tuonne nyt.
Okei,
Tossa.
se oli sensori 2. Joo.
Joo.
Joo,
Voi hyvin olla.
Kun sen näkee yhden vilkaisulla, niin se niin kuin on helpompi kuin noi tiat, kun
On.
se tuntuu niin kuin mahdottomalta.
On. Joo, se jotenkin musta tuntuu aivoille semmoinen looginen, että aha, tämän voi tästä printata, selvä.
Niin, kyllä. Ja sitten mä laitoin sinne vielä sen sivupalkimisen tyhjän ruudun niin kuin vähän sillä että rasti tähän ruutuun.
Just niin, siis ihan superhyvä.
Just. Vähän niin kuin kaikki, jokaisen ruutuun tulee rasti loppujen lopuksi.
Joo, mä luulen, että on just sitä semmoista hämmennystä, mikä voi olla. Että on niinku semmoinen, että mihin mä oon nyt menossa, mitä mä teen siellä. Niin, mulla on tämä paperi niin ainakin tässä.
Niin, nämä me niinku toteutetaan tässä keväällä.
Joo.
Tämä on niinku hankala, jos porukka ei kaikki käy täällä. Niin nämä on niinku sellaisia, mitkä ei aukea sit, jos niinku yksin jää.
Se on totta.
Tai niinku
tässä on nyt
paljon kysymyksiä.
Tässä on nämä 6, mutta musta niinku kaikki nämä on sellaisia, mitkä on paljon tässä pyörinyt.
Meinasin just kysyä, että onko täällä pyörinyt samat tyypit?
No kun musta just on, mä katson tuon listan tuolta, että onko siellä joku sellainen, että mä tunnistan, että onko ne vielä.
Yksi sellainen, joka oli alkuperäisellä listalla, joka oli siis mulle tuttu nimi, niin mä en ole nähnyt häntä kertaakaan.
Semmoinen yksi putos ja joku toinen putos. Mikähän se toinen oli? Kaksi semmoista putos, jotka oli tulossa.
Ei alun perin ole tullutkaan, nimittäin sellainen.
Mä kävin siellä Iadin ja Danian siellä ryhmässä, niin nyt ne meni sen Mentimeteriin. Ja musta kukaan muukaan ei ole siellä Mentimeterissä.
Okei.
Niillä on niin hyvä keskustelu.
Haluatko käydä moikkaan noita muita, Ilona, vielä?
Mä en tiedä, ehdis mä kaikkia, vaikka käyt Saana toisessa, mä käyn toisessa.
Yes,
no niin. Toisessa ja muistuttaa, ja siis voihan he tulla kysymysten kanssa tähän.
Niin, mä laitoin sen sinne WhatsAppiin nyt siis sen numeronkin, koodinumeron, www.menti.com, taikka sitten se linkki.
Joo, se on hyvä. No niin, minä laitoin tuonne.
Joo, mä Laura tulin takaisin, niin
Okei.
tekään ei ollut kirjoittanut tänne ollenkaan.
Eli sitten mä en varmaan ihan vielä suljes kuitenkaan.
Joo, annetaan niitä olla melkein tasan asti.
Joo. Jos siellä, tuntuuko, että siellä oli semmoinen keskustelu molemmissa käynnissä?
Joo, niillä oli ainakin keskustelua.
Jotenkin, oliko se, niin kuin, tuntuko selkeältä tai jotenkin hämmentyneeltä? Tai?
Ei, kun no tietenkin noin nyt puhuu arabiaa, mutta että tuon Iadin ja ton, kuka siellä oli silloin? Oli se, Dania oli siellä. Niin sitten tietenkin ne rupesivat sitten puhumaan sitä, että kun niiden tätä kontenttia, eli niiden opettajien niin kuin sit se, että jos ne rupeaa keskittyä niin kuin siihen kontenttiin, siihen sisältöön, ja kun ne haluaisi niin kuin sitä sisältöä katsoa, että se on niin kuin, että se, kun se sanoi siellä, että ei ole mitään nonsenssia, että siellä ei tehdä mitään nonsenssia, että käytetään hirveästi aikaa eikä saada mitään niin kuin aikaiseksi niille, että aina olla niin kuin learners perspective ja learners needs.
Niin.
Että niin kuin siinä STG:ssä ja systeemissä, totta kai, mutta mehän ei niin kuin sitä arvioida. Se ei ole arviointi. Tämä on nyt, kun on niin tottunut sisältöä ainoastaan arvioimaan.
Joo. Toi on hirveän hyvä, että toi nousi tuossa, koska toi on nyt semmoinen, mehän ollaan puhuttu siitä, mutta vielä vaan painottaa, että tämä mentoritehtävä ei ole sen sisällön mentorointia, vaan sitä prosessin mentorointia.
Niin.
Just niin. Mutta hyvä, että se nousi tuossa, että nyt vaan siis rautalangan vääntämistä. Ja siis tämä on ollut semmoinen, mitä me ollaan Mervin kanssa pitkin syksyä, siis meillä on ollut aina ennen näitä puheluita suoraan sanottuna vähän semmoinen, että mennään nyt taas vähän sitä rautalankaa. Että siis se on ollut semmoinen niin kuin teema oikeasti, kun me ollaan kommunikoitu tämän porukan kanssa, että se on varmaan just osittain se kieli ja kulttuuri, ja kaikki luo siihen semmoisen jonkun hämmennyksen, että mä luulen, että toi on just se nyt se ydinasia, että hirveän hyvä, että sä menit sinne, ja toi ikään kuin nousi sieltä.
Niin, että ne on nyt kirjoittanutkin sen tonne.
Yes.
Tonne. Se on tuossa boxissa, nyt mä share assess the quality of content of the project context-based learners needs. Että me voidaan niin kuin sanoa, että me ymmärretään tämä, että totta kai niin kuin just se, että se pitää olla niin kuin oppilaille, niin kuin, että ne oppii, mutta että just se, mitä ne oppii, että ne oppii niitä taitoja.
Joo.
Kai niillä tietokin, mutta mä sanoin, että mehän ei niitä oppilaita tässä arvioida myöskään.
Ei niin.
Ja me arvioidaan sitä opettajan tapaa toimia.
Just. Se on niin kuin kehityksen kohteena nimenomaan, ja nämä on niin kuin kehittämässä sitä. Juuri näin. Juuri näin, mutta
hyvä nyt ne nyt kirjoittaa ja ne näkee toistensa kirjoitukset.
Rautalankaa.
On, tätähän tämä on aina.
Joo.
Ainakin siellä on nyt 5 ihmistä kirjoittamassa näköjään, vaikka on 3 ryhmää.
Aivan, niin totta, että heillä on omat koneet sitten. Annetaan olla tuohon tasaan, niin
annetaan,
nappaan.
Joo. Ja sitten ne halusivat nämä rubriikit, niin kuin, että tähän näihin kriteereihin. Rubriikkihan tarkoittaa sitä, että me ollaan väännetty rubriikkia vaikka kuinka paljon silloin aikoinaan ressussa, kun se IB tuli, kun se on rubriikkipainotteinen.
Joo.
Arviointi. Mutta sehän on niinku just sit se, että onko niinku, heikkoa, keskiva, tai näin, että sitten olisi niinku aina niinku lause jokaisesta noissa, että opettaja ei niinku, että ehkä sitten voisi tehdä rubriikitkin noista jokaisesta.
Niin, ottaisiko se, jos he on tavallaan siihen tottuneet tämän tyyppiseen, niin se voi olla kyllä, että se semmoinen niin open-ended, että jos se tuntuu vaikealta.
Rubriikissa aina on parempi, että siinä on 4 tasoa, tai siis semmoinen, että se on parillinen luku eikä pariton. Että jos on 5, niin aina on helppo oppilaalle laittaa keskelle suunnilleen.
Aivan.
Tai niin kuin jos on 3, niin keskelle. 3 on pahin mahdollinen.
Aivan.
4 jos laittaa, niin sitten sun pitää miettiä, että onko se oikeasti 50% heikommalla vai 50% paremmalla puolella.
Onpa hyvä. Siis kiinnostavaa. Noinhan se tietenkin on. Joo.
Taikka vaikka sitten 6.
Joo.
4 tai
No
6.
joo, just toi, että mitä tulee keskelle. Siis just sinne Unescolle tehtiin semmoinen needs analysis-kysely. Ja siis siinä oli 2 semmoista kyselyä, missä oli ikään kuin, että tällä skaalalla, missä liikutaan. Niin nyt kun mä oon katsonut niitä vastauksia, kaikki on niin kuin siinä keskellä. Siis ne oli ihan niin kuin Jonnin joutavia kysymyksiä, koska ainoa, mitä sieltä saa, on se keskellä. Mitä mä teen sillä tiedolla?
Joo, sen takia ikinä.
Joo, se oli yllätti mut myös, että miten se on, se on joku psykologinen joku.
Joo, psykologinen juttu, ja sen takia ei se, että sulla on pakko niin kuin ottaa joko 2 tai 3, niin se osoittaa jo heti, että mihin suuntaan.
Niin näet sä, että kirjoittaako siellä joku paraikaa, että voiko me jo heittää ne sieltä takaisin vai?
No
siellä ei näy silleen niin kuin mitenkään.
Ei, sitä ei se, niin kuin Padletissahan näkyy, että sitten se kirjoitetaan.
Niin näkyy. Okei, no ehkä mä heidät pyydän.
Ei lopu ennen kuin huoneet suljetaan tai menet pakotetaan.
Joo, mä laitan takaisin nyt.
No, mutta sehän on hyvä, että siellä on nyt. Mun mielestä on hyvä, koska nyt niillä on aikaisemmin ollut ehkä vähän se, että ne ei ole niin kuin hirveästi miettinyt.
Niin.
Se on ihan hyvä, että tässä joutuu nyt miettimään.
Totta, ja ne on ollut aika varmaan sitten vähän nopeitakin semmoisia keskusteluja, vähän semmoista virittäytymistä, mutta toi todellakin hyvä. Joo.
Ja sitten se on hyvä, jos se nyt, niin kuin se Ranakin on nyt sit siellä näköjään siellä Annan kanssa, niin se varmaan...
On hyvä, joo. Ja sekin oli kiinnostunut näistä niin breakout-ruumeista, niin sai vähän kokemusta.
Joo.
Welcome back. Slowly. They're still in room 3. Many they're still waiting.
It's heat over there, maybe.
Yes.
But it's good. I think there are a lot of good discussions here now.
Yeah. How was it for you, Iad and Tanya?
Yeah, it was fruitful. Yeah, I think it was fruitful. Yeah.
Good. Did you manage to open the PDF yet?
I took some notes and.
Yeah, that's good one. The assessment criteria PDF. I'm going to put it to the chat box as well.
We were in a very nice discussion, Ilona, and then you took us out of the.
Yes.
Sorry. Yeah.
You didn't write until Hassan write it now.
Okay. Yeah, no worries. You can still write your thoughts. So Rana also, if something was like in the middle of sentence, just write it down.
And I think the thing that we were discussing now, I think Giovanni and Sariye will agree with me. We should share it with everyone because it's a very important point, isn't it, Giovanni?
Yes, please, Rana, share what we were talking about because it is important for every all colleagues.
We'll do when Ilona give me the green light to talk.
Yeah. Have you written it? Also write it?
No, we didn't have anything. So
but the Mentimeter is still there. You can go to write it on the Mentimeter. Because
actually, it's not about the assessment. It's about something else, but it's important.
Bigger things. Okay. Is everybody
Rana always thinks strategically? Rana always thinks strategically.
Now you see the point. It is.
But everybody is back, I think. Yeah.
Yes, we are.
But I think Giovanni and Sariya, we have some points.
Everybody are back.
Yeah.
No, we didn't.
You didn't write anything.
No.
But we still can write, or
yeah, you can still go on write. Please do.
So I think Giovanni, we can.
You can.
I think
you can go on to the Menti and write your points. It would be nice.
And I think Sariya and Giovanni, you mentioned two important points. I don't see them here. The situation and adaptiveness and these things. Okay.
Yeah. Meanwhile, when Rana and Giovanni are maybe writing the comments to the Mentimeter, if you haven't opened the assessment criteria PDF yet, tap on the link, the latest link that I added to the chat box right now, because then you can just open the assessment PDF, and that's something you will be needing.
Sure.
But it's good if Rana and Giovanni, if you write or.
Well, I'm relying on Giovanni because I don't know where to write.
Okay. Even it's
Sariya.
It's not open.
It's okay. You can go to this www.menti.com and even use that. And then I had the link also on the chat box.
All right. Yes, I got it.
And it was also on the WhatsApp group. I actually. But it would be nice to see your thoughts here as well. Okay. So I think we will start going through the thoughts a little bit.
I think there was maybe somebody had a problem with the link to the assessment criteria, so I re-added the link. I think it. No, it should have been okay. Oh, is it working?
No, if I don't see.
It is working.
The
link
assessment criteria. Yeah.
Yeah,
but I added to the chat box. Are you able to open the file that I linked there?
Yeah.
Also, something important from the question that I got to hear with the group. So the teachers will be working on their project together. So they will have one project, one school, maybe 3 teachers, however, how many they have from the school. But we will need to assess each and every one of the teachers individually also.
Depending on how they see them during the program, in the workshops, and when they present their projects and so on. In addition to mentoring specific group.
Yeah, that's where your mentors are really important, because you see how the teachers work together in your mentor meetings, and you hear their planning and all that. So that's where you come in as our eyes and ears, like we said. We do need to assess each and every participant at the end and throughout the process.
Okay, I visited a few groups, and actually with Dania and Iad, I got to hear also what they were talking about. So I remember that this very first one, rubrics with certain criteria and clear standards, is something that they were wishing. And rubrics is of course something that, you know, for example, I have been using for many years when I was an IB teacher in an international baccalaureate schools. The rubrics are used always in assessments. So and we can do that kind of rubrics in a way for each and every. Actually, the criteria are there, but then for each kind of sentence, that how it looks like if it's kind of poor, or how it looks like if it's good, so that then there would be kind of a rubric that you can just check the box that, okay, this is where the teacher is maybe developing as well, that hopefully it develops throughout the spring. So if that helps you as well, it's a good idea. But I'm just thinking, like, how should we go this through now that everybody can read it? What are the ideas that everybody has written? And should we have a kind of a discussion? There's a few questions also.
Yeah, can I ask you a question, Ilona?
Yeah.
How do we know that where the teacher will be at the end of the program is a kind of related to the journey he or she went through the program, and it's not that this teacher by himself or herself is like innovative? And how can we say that this is because of the journey, because of working together, because of knowing about the innovative mindset? This question I've been asking Mervi a long time, maybe, and Laura knows, because it's important for us to see how they entered the program and how they left it. So how we will know this thing?
My suggested, like Ilona, I definitely want to hear your answer, but I can just answer a technical thing that I think I suggest that we should have like a survey at the beginning and survey at the end.
We will do.
Yeah.
Okay. Survey, is it like enough, or like a video for them talking now about their expectations and how they are having innovative things in their schools, and then we have another one after they finish, and then we see the changes. Guys, also please tell us if you have ideas, because I think this is very important.
I think it's if we have a roundtable discussion to talk, even not necessarily a questionnaire, but also discussing with them qualitatively to see how they were and what got from this program.
Exactly.
Okay.
And the
That
thing
sounds
is
really good.
and in the program itself, there's always the reflection week. So
Yes,
every month
yes.
there's the reflection week. So that's why the reflection is like happening all the time. So like you know, I showed you the kind of, you know, the brain, that there's the cognitive side and the emotion side and the action side. So it's in all of them. And in a way, there is the values and or the attitudes as well towards different kind of teaching. Because what we are looking at is also little bit how much are they willing or able to also shift the teaching methodology from a more traditional towards more innovative, towards more what we are like kind of, you know, doing in Finland as well. Of course, it will not change everything, the whole school or all of the teaching, but at least that they have some glimpses of maybe flipped learning and the student activities in a different way and student discussions and so forth. So this is the thing that we are looking for at the end, that they have done, and that there's a kind of the mentality towards growth mindset and these kind of things also has changed, that they are not anymore maybe afraid of piloting things in their classroom and not afraid of, you know, doing something differently as well. That they have more, you know, we were talking I think on Monday also about the self-confidence, that they have a self-confidence more towards.
Yeah. So is it if in the beginning maybe the mentors they should kind of have a kind of impression about each mentee, where are their let's say not the strengths and weaknesses, but what are their impressions, how they are, their characters, their personality, and how they act, and they keep seeing how they are developing. And even if they know that, let's say Dania discovered that some person is very introvert and or something like this, she says like, I want to focus on this because I see that this person is like this. So they keep like seeing the same that they do with their students, that they see where are the things that we should work on in order to take their hands with this specific aspect in this program.
Somebody has asked here that is the project could be considered as a frugal innovation. So yes, the way that the project, what they're doing in the classroom, that is the innovation that they are doing. We don't need any more innovations, but that is the innovation in a way, and also the innovation is the fact that they are able to change their teaching practice and teaching methodology into more innovative, into more student-centered, into more, you know, this kind of experimentational and so forth, and not that they have you know, just planned everything by themselves as well, that, you know, this is the way what the students act and so forth, but there's more freedom, that the students have more freedom of trying out and you know, having discussions and so forth as well.
I think Iyad had a comment, and then Naila.
And Naila, yeah.
Maybe yes, we need to look at not only what they do, maybe because sometimes they will do it for the sake of the program itself, but we need to see how deep they were affected by this and measuring, if possible, their beliefs and conventions about learning, the learning and teaching process.
Yeah, this is exactly like their attitudes and value based, like how they see learning and teaching, and has that, you know, like you said, has that changed over time? So there and these kind of things, you know, I have done one survey also with teachers in Finland as well, that how they have how that has kind of changed. It's a long process though. This particular school, I have gone there for 3 years, like, you know, to see, because it doesn't happen, you know, overnight, or it can be very little even that can happen during the spring, but at least, you know, that they can get kind of the idea that this is the pathway that where I could go further and develop myself as well, even after this summer. That, you know, the next year, next autumn, okay, I'm more brave to try out new things as well. That and that's kind of the pathway that they can go on.
Then Naila.
You have Naila and Laura.
Yes, I want to concern for the same thing that if the teacher or the teacher, if teacher's innovations is the methodology, teaching, so we can we measure the effects on the learning of students before and after. So we can make a research, we can make a methodology for what, why he used this methods for teaching, and if it's innovation of a product, if it's the teacher make a products of innovations, how this products used in her community, what is the effects on the schools, the environments, and so on.
Yeah.
Thank
We,
you.
we are not going to be during this thing that we are not going to be assessing the students' kind of outcomes or students' behavior so much. I mean, of course, it's good if because there needs to be discussion and reflection on students' learning as well by the teacher. But in a way, that is not, we're not going to be, because we don't have just time for, you know, the so much.
And too early, maybe, yeah?
Yeah, and I also see that, of course,
That-
we want the students to be more engaging and, you know, having make fun and motivation. And I'm sure that, you know, if they're doing something on the STEAM or SDGs, that also their understanding of these topics and, you know, the content will become better and so forth. But we are not kind of, because when the teachers get the certificate of an innovator, we are assessing the teachers, like, you know, so we can't go into bigger research as well. But that in a way that the teacher is doing small kind of, you know, assessment and or reflection together with the having this collaborative learning with the students and having the students more participating in also maybe planning of the project and so forth, then they will also, you know, the students will be also affected as well.
And we will also be asking the teachers to assess the project outcomes. So that's where the student learning probably, hopefully comes in when they assess how their project has affected, but we won't be assessing the student.
Yeah. Can I comment before you, Laura and Dania, if you allow me,
Dania,
on this point? And this point, and I don't know if Siriya and Giovanni will add to this, because this is something we discussed when we started the discussion about what does it mean by the innovation, and to what level is it something that they will bring in a problem in the school and they will solve it, or they are thinking of developing something new. And here we discussed the issue of they will maybe be frustrated because they will say, okay, I have ideas, but the resources or the situation and so on. And here we brought the concept of frugal innovation, which was raised in our previous program, that they have to look at the things from the available things they have, that Anna mentioned something that is nice, maybe it's a baby steps. It doesn't mean that it should be like a big project that they will be overwhelmed and they are not being able to even put it on the ground. So that's why we don't want to make it, Naila, like a big thing of a methodology and we want to assess it. It's like for them, the most important thing to see that they are innovative, not the product itself. It is important, but the most important thing is the teacher and the development of the teacher. Am I right, Ilona, Laura?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Okay. So
then Dania.
Okay, nice. But I think that the learner's needs is the most important point to start with. If we do, our teachers build projects or develop projects that do not match the students or the learners' needs, what is the advantage? So we have to think of students as a core, always a core of this project, but we have to assist teacher. I know that we have to assist teacher, but students are a very important variable, and the outcomes in the students, from the student aspect, I think it's very important to look at when we trying to assist the teacher, and how is the journey, because it is a whole learning journey, how this reflects on their students. Okay, I know we don't have to assist students, and this is not the domain we are dealing with, but I think if it's not about learners' needs and learners' outcomes, then it's about what?
Yeah, so this is
I think
always,
it's key.
of course, about learners' needs. Finland has been kind of set in international parameters to be #1 in teaching for future. You know, there's this kind of a criteria around about teaching and learning. So what Finland is doing in these kind of, you know, different flipped learning and this kind of phenomenon-based learning and so collaborative learning and student participative learning is exactly the students' needs, the learners' needs for the future. Because the future is, like we talked a little bit already earlier, that because there's so much information out there. It's not only about the content, but it's also about the competencies and the skills of the students. It's about the students to be able to understand bigger phenomena, kind of this world wicked problems, and this is also what the SDGs are about. Our president Tarja Halonen, or ex-president Tarja Halonen, who used to be also in the United Nations, was once in our conference, and the only thing that she had as a slide was the SDGs, you know, and she showed the big slide of the SDG goals, and what she said is that this is the perfect example of a phenomenon-based learning, because the SDGs shows what has been in the past, what is in the future, and what should be in. I mean, what is at the moment and what should be in the future. So it's kind of the historical and the kind of the timeline of a human development, and this is exactly what the students are there in the school. We in Finland we believe that the students are in the school for the future, for them to be able to gain that kind of competencies, to be an active citizen. And to be an active citizen, you need to be able to tackle the world's problems that we have at the moment. And the SDGs have all the problems, kind of the challenges out there. There is the, you know, the life above the on the ground. The animals are, you know, we are having the mass extinction of animal species. We have the too much, you know, sort of plastic in the ocean, more plastic there than the fish soon, and the climate change, that we have the you know, we are using too much materials, resources, and so forth. So we have a problem of natural resources as well. So that's how should we do it, kind of more in a kind of circular economy. And then we have the problem of inequalities, or peace building and these kind of things as well. So this is, you know, this is why we are doing this. So it's not like whatever the teachers are going to be doing in the STEAM or in the SDGs, it will not take away anything from the learners. It will only add.
Yeah, but let me, Ilona, what Daniel said is a key for us in this region. And if I take it in the way that Dania mentioned, this will be something that we will add to the criteria, because this is key. Our schools in this part of the world, we're still not like Finland, where you have, this is key, and it's not for everyone that you are teaching from the perspective of the learner, and you use all the technique. But in our part of the world, yani help me, Dania, if I need, still the teacher, not all of them, but some teachers, and this is the majority, they feel that they know everything and they want to tell the students what to do. So if I want to put it in our program, and from what Dania said, I will put it one of the main criteria for the teachers in developing their projects, that we want to see that they are looking at the project from the eye or from the place of a learner, how this project is affecting the learner. This is very important because they can think of other projects that are important to the school. I know it's affecting the learner, but they have to show us this direct linkages between how they think of every single thing, even if it's a bigger problem in the world, but from the eyes, from the perspective of a learner, and why it's important to tackle it through this project.
Exactly.
Am I right, Tanya? Yeah.
Exactly,
I
Rana.
totally agree with you.
Yeah.
It's key for us.
Yeah, and I agree. This is exactly like, you know, because I mean, I agree, because if the learner is there and it's from the learner's perspective, then they are learning these skills, competencies for the future. You know? Yeah. I'll
give you some example now. If you will be faced by teachers who are the technology teachers, but maybe you will see when we discuss ideas, you may see that their ideas are very simple to the level of the students. The students are very much advanced. So that's why this is a key issue, to see that the teachers, they understand the audience and the learners that they are working on, and they think from within their understanding of their students and their schools. And I think, Dania, thank you so much. I think this is very critical, and for us it's important.
Yeah.
Thank you, and us as well, to just get that perspective as well when we're kind of like designing the content. We have Soraya and Anna. My comments can wait. It can be like a summarization then. Soraya, would you like to share?
Yeah. What I want to say that the teachers, when they want to choose the project, I think they should choose the project that doesn't end at the door of the school. The project should start in the school, and it should have an impact on the real life of the students outside the school. So we must, if we want to assist or evaluate the project, we must measure the impact of the project on the beneficiaries, whether the student, teachers, people, or the community. Like the problem of pollution, if they want to choose how to solve the problem of pollution, I think they should start in the school, and then they go out of the school. This experience or the impact on the school, they should transfer it to the society outside the school in order to serve the SDGs problems.
Yeah, this is already taking it to a bigger level. It can be on the kind of individual. I mean, for example, SDGs, how we in Finland, sometimes the students are thinking even of their everyday life. I remember one student of mine. He thought about, you know, the trees and everything. We're cutting down the trees, and the material we are doing it from is and so forth. Is that then he thought about, okay, toilet paper, for example, that how about if we use less, and he made a mathematical calculations and everything, that, you know, if he uses this one less every day, and what is the mathematical calculation for 1 week or 1 month or 1 year, and for himself or the whole family and so forth. It was like amazing, just, you know, from toilet paper. So it can be like how natural resources can be used and so forth. But again, remember that the idea, what they want to do, it comes from the teachers, and maybe, you know, they can collaborate with the students and student ideas and pulling those ideas. You as mentors are not going to be telling them that, okay, this is the idea or the project that they will do, but you are there to then help through the process. So this is like, you know, and it can be going to the wider community if you know, if they feel like they are able to do it. So, but that's, I think, as a criteria, it can be kind of, you know, on the student level, even in their everyday life, you know, what are the kind of food or something that they or that they eat, or do they take the private car every time, or do they walk or whatever. So yeah.
Anna has a comment on what Dania said, so you want to share it at this point.
Yes, thank you, and it actually connects with all the previous discussions. So Dania, that was an excellent point. And we as trainers and you as mentors, we need to help the teachers to identify the problem they want to solve so that it connects to the students' needs. But when it comes to choosing the topic or when it comes to assessing the learning outcomes, then we need to trust the teachers to do that. And we are just there to help them to do it, but we need to trust them to make the final decisions. But we can be there to help them make the choices, if that makes any sense.
Thank you, Anna. Then there is Iyad has a hand up. Do you want to comment at this point? And then there is Suraya Handrana also having.
Yeah, it's something that we suggested in the Mentimeter, is that we need to look at the quality of the project itself. Yes, the teacher chooses the project, true, and the students participate in it, true, but also the project has to be beneficial for the students in terms of the skills and the abilities and academically also. So yeah, we have to trust them and we will support them, and we might not really interfere in choosing the subject, but also if connects different sciences, math and science and arts and other things together, and the students learn from it within the context that they are living in, that will be wonderful, or better than another maybe shallow subject.
Thank you, Iyad. We'll still have Rana's comment and then we'll move on so that we can, even though we could just keep talking about this for the whole day.
Actually, it's related to what Iyad said, and it's about the topic that we were discussing, that I think it's the time now to share it with everyone. And it was about the projects, and Suraya was saying that we have to make sure that these projects will not die in the end, because this is the trend that always teachers, they join programs, they do projects, and then the projects will end. So, and here we mentioned two things. One of the things that when the teacher decides on the project, they go back to their school and they discuss it. And so it's a collaborative discussion about if this project is important for the school as well. So it's not only the teacher they will select, though, so the school will feel that we will benefit from this project. So they will push them to also work in a more holistic project that is with benefit to everyone, as we said. The other thing is when we talked about the support and the importance of the principals. And here I was telling everyone, and this is what Giovanni wanted me to say, that this week, after we have this shortlisted teachers, the thing that I'm doing now, I'm meeting with all the principals for the shortlisted schools, because, and maybe some of our teachers here, they know, because it's very important for us to build the relation with the schools. So I'm having this kind of a meeting, introducing myself and trying to see why they see as a school the program important for them, how they benefit, just to make sure that you will provide all the support to your teachers. And they were very excited. Thank you for this hint, and thank you for calling us. It's very important. We'd like our engagement in this program. So I'm trying to bring them with us, and I told them I'm available every time. Anything you want to discuss, I'm here. Here's my mobile number. It's a journey for all of us together. So just to let you know, because Giovanni told me that this is a very important point, and you all know that we faced some problems in the last in the previous program with some of the principals. So we thought we have to take care of this in the beginning. And now I'm starting having this relation with them as a school. So that's, I just wanted to mention this.
Thank you, Rana. That was actually a very important point that you make. And I'm very, very happy to hear that the response was so positive. Yeah. So that's a very good sign. And I think that they also know that they were selected among from many, many others. So I'm very happy to hear that. My hand was just to summarize what we talked before about the measuring the progress of the teachers. And I think that next week I will work on the survey that we will be having at least at the beginning and the middle of the spring, and then at the end, and more or less the same survey, obviously at the end a little bit more different edited questions, but something that will definitely be measuring their beliefs and conventions and the attitudes and values and everything you've been discussing here. But I might pick your brain at some point and just send it to at least to Rana, but maybe to other amazing mentors, because it's very important to have this like cultural perspective into the questions, so that we're asking the right things, that we're getting the responses that will be helpful for us to know what's now and what's the progress at the end. And definitely the idea that Rana was sharing about the videos, I do like that as well a lot, and I will think about that, how we'll implement that, but I think it's a good idea. Yeah, but now let's move on to Ilona. I think we still have a couple more slides before the break. And
yeah, it has been a long afternoon again, and
but amazing conversation, I think.
It's very
interesting
important, very
questions.
important.
Yes,
very important. One thing on the Mentimeter, when you were writing, was actually about challenges, and now we are talking about challenges, and I took also that already here. It's at the bottom there, but so possible challenges, and something that we will also, I think, talking about this already on Monday, and I tried to kind of write it down here what you have already been saying, but we can also talk about this as well, that some of you were thinking like how to mentor and how to assess or how to support them, and so forth. That, for example, if the teacher is not motivated, what about if there is a fixed mindset and we want to kind of push them towards the growth mindset? If there is a failure, they are scared of the failure, or they're scared to try out new things. What about if there is no time for you to meet them, like as well? Somebody was also saying that what about if the benchmarking is done and it's not seen as possible, that you can't copy it and you can't do it in your own environment, and then there might not be any support from the colleagues or parents or school principal. And what about if they have no idea what to plan as the project? And what about if there is no participation of the students in the project as well, and no excitement? And main challenge, somebody wrote it now on the Mentimeter just right now, I copied it here quickly, is that the main challenge is how to bring the teachers out of the frustration of the education system, and also out of the present pandemic situation that is really frustrating, of course, as well. So then how to tackle these challenges is that, let's think first for a short while, is that let's hope at least that the teachers are motivated because they have applied to the project. So that if there is that kind of motivation, there's also already the curiosity and maybe excitement as well, so that we can a little bit help them towards the growth mindset. And we were talking about the scared of failure, or the scared of doing something new. And I think Giovanni at least said it, that he will write it down for himself as a kind of a sentence, that it is not as scary as it looks. Remember, Giovanni? and so
yes.
Yeah, so that's something that you can kind of somehow show and be an example of that as well towards the teachers, because if they're younger, sometimes younger teachers are also more eager to do things, or then they're just scared to do things as well. So this is it depends on the individuals that you have, but it is not as scary as it looks. So at the end of the thing, that if you have done something and then you look at it like, why was I scared so much earlier? Why I didn't just try it out? And a few times I've also said it before that luckily we are not brain surgeons here, so that if we do something differently, at least, we will not kill the patient in a way, that we will not kill the students or the teachers here. Hopefully you will find the time to the meet, and we have a very kind of nice schedule there, and those times are there, and we will go through the roadmap again today. And the benchmarking and the bench learning is when they look at the things that have been done around the world or elsewhere on SDGs and themes, and we will show some of the examples. It's not a kind of a cookie cutter that you have to do exactly like they have done. But of course, every time you have to apply it to your own context, to your own resources, to your own students' abilities and so forth. So that is something that, they need to be able to kind of apply it in their own way. And also maybe Rana can say something about it, that how the school principals and so forth are able to support the teachers in their actions. That I don't know if that has been part of the interviews or the selection of the teachers as well, to make sure that they have this kind of an environment. Because I think often in innovations or trying new things, that if we don't have the leaders of the school supporting those young teachers who want to do differently, then it's really, really difficult. And let's hope that we can create that kind of an environment where also the school principals at least know about it, that this is what is going to be happening in this teacher's classroom during this spring. And like we watched the video on Monday about, if you have no ideas, there was 4 points to kind of look at it, that you need to listen, and you need to that everybody does have an idea. And you can look at that video again from Monday. It was a 4-minute video on that everybody can have an idea, and it's kind of simple as well to have ideas. And the participation of the students is really something that we are after. So the students' perception and students' participation in the project is really, really important. That also the students' own reflections as well, that what are the gains, what are the things that they are learning as well during the time. And let's hope that there is excitement, especially when we have the pandemic situation, that now they get to do something differently as well, and we're going to the new coming out of the COVID era in a way. So I don't know, hopefully this will help you. And again, we're coming back to the same mentoring skills and strategies. Somebody was asking, I wrote it down, what you were wrote it on the chat in the very beginning of today. There was the timing, the techniques, and identifying the mentors and how to follow up the project. So this is, these are the things that we have gone through already, that you need to build the trust. So you have to also be vulnerable and open. And we looked at remember the iceberg, in a way, that how deep do you go then in their own values and so forth. And that's kind of where you need to be professionals and understanding that how deep can you go. You need to be modeling the growth mindset and not the fixed mindset that this is always what we have done, but now let's try something new, so that then you are a growth mindset model. Developing the capabilities for implementing the project, so that they have the, for example, self-confidence and so forth. Encouraging the risk-taker mindset, using open questions, and listening really for the teachers, their own ideas and challenges and so forth. So that's kind of number one strategy for you. And sometimes telling stories and being inspiring. I'm sure that you have a lot of different kind of stories of when of the moments when maybe you have learned something and done something differently, and these kind of stories you can share as well. Kind of showing the way for the benchmarking, especially that you might know of something that has been done somewhere, and telling them that, okay, look at that, for example. Offering the problem solving strategies and managing the risks, for example, about the time management, sort of keeping up with the project canvas and the benchmarking canvas, and giving them all the time constructive feedback and supporting their own learning and growth. So we are talking about the teachers' learning and the teachers' growth, and we will have then the survey, what Laura said also here, that in the beginning and at the end. So now we have really used a lot of time and a lot of our brain capacities. So 10-minute break, I think everybody is happy to have. So if we come back at 5 and then we will go through the roadmap and how you will do in your first mentor and mentee meeting. Yeah. So 5 to have a break now.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you soon.
See you soon.
Are we back, or are we just not back and not having the videos on? At least we're waiting. Yes, you can just put your videos on, the ones that are here, so we know whether we are ready to go for round 2. Well, round 2 is going to be rather short one because we only have 30 minutes left, but I always value a good conversation, so that was very interesting and important to share those experiences that we had and expectations that we had and thoughts in general, and they will definitely help me a lot in when I will start making the survey for the teachers. So thank you for sharing. Anna, do you have something to say about this remaining time? Or shall we wait for Ilona? Or do you want to just share what's happening now?
From here, we can continue from here. I don't have the slides. Do you happen to have the slides if Ilona's not?
Yes, I do.
Sharing them. I did not download them yet, so.
Yes, I can do that. Share the screen.
We can go to slide number 15.
Yeah, I'm just, where is the...
So next off is the roadmap. We will take a quick look. It's just been updated to the new dates, nothing much else. But just to make sure everybody knows what's coming up, then we will talk about your first meeting with your group and what to remember and the next steps overall. And that all will be covered within the next 30 minutes or so. Okay, so
yeah, I don't know. I wanted to make it a full screen, but it's some reason weird, acting weirdly. You're not seeing the full screen, right?
No, we are seeing your whole screen, I think.
That's a bit weird. I'm sorry about that. Ugh. Oh, Ilona is back. Do you want to share, Ilona? Sorry, because I can. It's acting weirdly, my computer.
Weirdly.
Yes, I don't.
But basically, the roadmap, we updated the new dates. So as you all know, the teacher program will kick off on Monday, the 14th of February. So a week later than in the original roadmap. So the new dates are in the slides. And that also means that the week that we won't be meeting is in the middle of, is it sprint number 3, but that's okay. Nothing else has changed here, just the new dates. And you'll have the updated version in the Google Classroom Drive folder. If there's anything you'd like to ask about the roadmap, we can certainly stop here. Sounds like no. Okay, then we will continue.
I'm just thinking here the third sprint when now we are changing the timing and we start 1 week later. So just to remember here that because the apply week is when kind of there is no mentor meetings or they don't meet also with us and they are applying their project, and this is one of the last sprints as well. It's already the third apply week. So then they already should be really kind of, documenting and getting feedback from the students. And after that apply week, then there's the Eid, the holiday week, and then they come back to reflect. So it's kind of that the reflecting, it's also really, one of them. Is it almost the last, or there's still one more?
No, second to last. There's one more sprint after that.
Yeah, the last reflection is really like looking at the whole thing. So this is kind of an important that they are able to reflect on what they have been doing, and they have had this one holiday week. They still remember. So this is kind of a one where there is a kind of a 2-week break also from the mentoring in a way.
All right. Yeah, let's move on to the mentor meeting. So the first mentor meeting, first of all, things to remember. We talked about the timing of the mentor meetings before, and I know we still need to talk about the timing overall, but please have your first mentor meeting on Wednesday, February 23rd. Maybe the time might be changing now. I don't know where we will end up with the time, but let's all have the first mentor meetings at the same time. That way, OEP trainers, Laura, we can pop in to say hi at your first meeting. And for that, we are also asking you to share a link with us. Even if you're meeting with your group face-to-face, we need to have a way to come in from Finland. That's for the first meeting. Like we talked, sorry, go ahead.
Excuse me. So this means that we can meet face-to-face, or it depends on the situation if we're meeting on distant learning, right? But anyway, you would like to join us even if we are meeting face-to-face, right?
Even if you're meeting face-to-face, the first mentor meeting, we would like to just come in and say hi. And all the meetings will be happening at the same time, so we won't be able to stay for long, but just to pop in and say hi to everyone. And later on, you can schedule your meetings at different times during the plan week, depending on when it's convenient for you and your group. But just for the first meeting, let's have them all at the same time so we can pop in. Hassan, yeah, you had a question.
Yes, I have a question about the day, Wednesday. What if we have a full day? I mean, we have other duties to do on Wednesday, so we can't attend or schedule a meeting with the mentees on Wednesday. For me, I have a lecture at the university from 2 to 5 on Wednesday.
Okay, then if there's something that just cannot be done, then we will discuss that case by case.
And Hassan, I understand that, is it like every Wednesday or the lecture?
Yeah.
And already on the 23rd of February?
I have 3 lectures, 3 days a week, Sunday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
But that's fine. That's fine. You just let us know when you're having the first meeting and then send us the link, and then we'll pop up into the first meeting. But after that, it's basically up to you when you're having, and we don't need to be there present because you are meeting them by yourself, and it's whatever time suits you the best. You just make the arrangements like that.
But yeah, the only
for the first meeting,
not Monday, because Mondays are already booked with.
Yeah, Mondays are booked, but other than that, it's fine if you cannot make it on that 23rd either. We just let us know when you're having that, and I will make sure that me or somebody else, Anna or Ilona, will stop by.
Okay, thank you.
Ilona, that's actually a very good point to add, that during the plan weeks, the teachers will be with us on Mondays. So that's the only time when you cannot have your mentor meeting. It's Monday afternoons. Okay. The main objectives of the first meeting. First of all, getting to know your group. Take some time for everyone to introduce themselves. It's really important to hear from the people who they are, where they're coming from. So don't hesitate to take as much time as you need for the introductions and just getting to know everyone, because that will lead to point number 2, creating a safe and a positive environment. Also, you may want to talk about the ground rules for the meetings, so that the discussion is open, it's all confidential that happens there, to create psychological safety, because that will be the key to your further discussions on the upcoming weeks. You will get more out of it when the psychological safety is there. We will talk about the role of the mentor with the teachers, but it's also essential that you talk about your role as their mentor, and also possibly bring in your own values, explaining where you're coming from, what's important to you, and what kind of a mentor you want to be for them. So a little time needs to be reserved for that. And then also the first sprint, the teachers will be working on the project planning canvas and planning what kind of a problem they want to solve. So we do need to talk about the actual assignment as well. So when you meet with them, they have already done some planning with us. So they should be, you know, not ready, but should have some plans already, and introduce those to you and have a discussion what it is that they want to make their project about. These are the main objectives for the first meeting. Anything you would like to add or ask or comment, please do.
Excuse me, will the mentee know their groups while they are being trained or learning through? So let's say the three of them, if they are three, the three of them will work on the same project?
And they should be from the same school as well. So it's a group of teachers from one school working on the same project.
Okay, okay, thank you.
And they will know their groups, and they will also know who their mentor will be.
Okay.
And Anna, maybe we can say from now that maybe some of you will be having more than one school, because if we just from all what we have now, the number of mentors and the number of schools we have, if we want to like distribute each mentor for one school, I don't think so it will happen, because we need more mentors. So so we will see. This will be that's why we needed this next week, because maybe we also gonna ask for a meeting with all of you, but we will have tomorrow the meeting with OEP initially, and then I think this is a very important topic to end the next week, and for every mentor to know which school. But yes, Iyad, it's per school. And the group is the teachers from within this school. They know each other and they're working together.
And that will also allow them to work on their project together when they're not with us, because they see each other every day.
Yeah.
Hassan.
Okay, thank you. So we agreed that the project will start on the 14th of February. And so we have our meeting maybe on Wednesday, 23rd of February. So we have meetings with mentors and mentees with us before having our first meeting with them.
That's actually in the future slides, but yes, they will have 1 week of training before the plan week. And we are hoping that you will be able to participate during that week to be able to just say hi to your group, and so they know who you are. But your first official meeting will be week 2.
Should I go back to the first sprint in a way here? So this is the teachers 14th and 16th of February learning week. And it would be nice if the mentors are also there. Then the planning week, they are with us on Monday. And then is the first mentor, the plan 23rd of February. So this is the first month. The dates are.
This will be repeated. This will be repeated each sprint.
Yeah, but in a way that how we start is to learn the 14th and 16th. And it would be nice that the mentors are there also, isn't it? So that on the 14th of February, you are there. But wasn't it so that also we were planning to have the breakout rooms like here?
That's in
a way the first
future
meeting.
slides. If you go to the slides again, it's actually mentioned in the next one. Naila, you had a question.
Yes, I want to ask about if there is a relationship between the distribution in your distribution between the specialization of the mentor and his interests and the specialization of the teachers, or you don't?
You mean the subject? You mean the subjects? What specialization you
Yes, is the topics and the subjects, and about the topics of the projects, or the teacher.
Actually, we have many questions in this. Can we keep it till the end? Because Anna, also for me, I have questions regarding, we need to brainstorm a little bit to make the best direction towards allocating mentors to mentees. So we can take your question also, Naila, till the end with my question.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay. There's only a couple of more slides before we get to the questions. So this is a repeat from last time. This is an excellent infographic. Thank you, Ilona. It summarizes many of the things that you want to remember for each mentor meeting. So this is something you probably want to keep coming back to. All right, moving on. So the next steps. On Monday, February 14th, we start with the teacher training program. We would love for you to be there if possible, just to introduce yourselves and let them know you will be the mentors. And hopefully at that point, we will also know who will be mentoring which group. And the same week on Wednesday, if possible, again, the mentors would be present at least for a little bit of the time we have, because we are hoping we could have you in breakout rooms so each mentor could have a short discussion with their own group online that day. So hopefully you'll be able to attend those sessions, at least partly. And then on February 23rd, or another time if it's not possible, like Hassan said, your first official mentor meeting with your group. These will be the next 3 steps coming up. And in the meanwhile, next week we don't have anything. We are always there through Google Classroom or WhatsApp for any questions that you have before we meet next time. But these are the next 3 steps. All right. And now we get to questions and closing.
Okay. I will actually drop 2 questions and to make use of everyone's presence. One of them, I leave the timing till the end, but regarding mentors, and please, anyone you can jump and comment or add, but I'm asking our Finnish experts in this. Now, what will play a role in distributing the mentors with the mentees? Many things. I remember in the beginning we said first thing that is important is the geographical distribution, and that we need to see from our mentors where are they distributed in West Bank and Gaza, and then we make sure to have them as per their geographical places. This is we're still agreeing on, yeah? So now my question is, and here my colleagues can help me, maybe in Finland, this will never happen. I know that this is a mentorship and it doesn't matter the kind of too many details of the specifications about the teachers, but because in Palestine, it's like when you have a private or a public or an UNRWA school, it's like you have 3 different systems. Somehow, صح دانيا, Naila, Iyad, everyone, somehow. So they have their own challenges, their own obstacles that are not everyone, maybe in the private schools, familiar with the UNRWA system and so on. So do you recommend that the mentor will be from the same category? Let's say Iyad is from the private school, so Iyad will mentor a private school, and Dania a private school, and maybe and maybe yes, please share, because Giovanni mentioned it will be easier. Dania, she's saying maybe no, but can we agree on this, because this will help us on tomorrow deciding if no geographical issue is good, but the type of school, is it necessary that everyone mentor the same type of their schools? Not their schools, the type of schools. Can we hear from?
I think if there is a possibility that a person would be geographically close by and also in terms of the type of the school, then that's like the ideal option.
It could be. It could
Yeah,
be.
if there is this possibility, I would use this as one of the criterias, like one of the main. It was okay that like automatically, if there is a geographically located, like, well, the school is there, and then the type of the school is then also from the same area of interest, or from the background is the same, then I would choose that. I would prioritize that and then just move on with the other selections. But it doesn't, I wouldn't say that it still matters if it's not the same. It won't affect or impact very radically the mentoring process itself. So it's not something that you need to kind of like stress about, that, oh no, we cannot like match these, all of them. It doesn't matter. It can still have a possibility to have a very successful mentoring process still.
That's good, because we will face this with Gaza, because some of them, they have to, we'll be very thankful that they will not be working with their type of schools, because we need them for Gaza. But in West Bank, we can manage this. But with Gaza, yes, they will be like jumping in a type or a kind of school they're not in.
Yeah, but I do think that this geographical location, that's the kind of like priority number one, because that's a huge advantage that people are actually able to see each other face to face. That will have an impact into the mentoring, the meetings, it's like themselves so much. So I would prioritize that, and then second, if possible, then this like 2-in-1, of course, the best.
There's Giovanni and then Dania.
Yeah, Giovanni, go for.
Yes.
Go on.
So as you said, so priority would be actually the geographical location, so that we can at least be able to meet without problem. Second, I think if I, for example, from a private school would mentor a private school, it will be easier. But still, I think this will not work, because all the mentors, we are from either private or UNRWA schools, and we have anyway new schools from the public sector. So we have to take the whole package together anyway. So it would be nice, but I think for us, even as mentors, it will be also a new experience to share, and the experience of the other system. Doesn't matter if it's an UNRWA or also a public school. So this is what I can say.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I agree, and that it's really good that you pointed that out, Giovanni, that there is also advantage in that it's also a possibility for you to learn to approach in a different way and learn also from that. Then we have Dania.
Okay, I think that we as an educator, we are not seeking for easier, we are seeking for a holistic in a holistic way. We are thinking in a holistic way, and we have a growth mindset. So we just deal with fixed mindset. If I still deal with private schools or not public schools or UNRWA schools, we are in the same context, in the same ecosystem, so we can deal with our problems, either it's in public, private, or UNRWA school. And we have to be more as a monitors, have more growth mindset in the
Thank you very much. This is what I was kind of thinking as well, that for me, I mean, it really doesn't matter where you are from or which kind of school, because you need to be able to adapt, and then you're also modeling your own kind of, like you were saying, your own learning and your own growth mindset, and you're able to bring something from there and maybe also learn from them. And if you haven't been in that type of setting before, I mean, I have also been in both in private and in public, so it's good. I think it's a good experiment.
It might make it more interesting.
Yeah,
definitely. Hassan,
thank you, Laura. I really agree with Anya. It would be much easier to have schools from the same geographic area. But regarding the system of the school, I think if you are a good or a successful monitor, you can monitor any type of school anywhere in the world. That's my point.
Very nice.
Thank you. I think many of us are agreeing on the same. Naila, thank you.
Thank you. I
Please.
want to ask that if we have, there are many schools, poor schools, if we have a teacher who have a good idea for his projects, but he didn't have a financial support. They need some instruments and some money to make his projects. So how can we give him a support at this case?
That's a very good question, Naila. Thank you for that. And Ilona and Anna can also comment on this if they want to. But I think that's definitely one of the important roles for mentor as well, that we have to also acknowledge this framework that the project are able to implement. And if it's something that it's possible to, for example, financially implement, then you together can work on the idea further so that it is possible to actually implement that and find a solution that would actually be possible also financially. I think that's maybe something that the teachers might be struggling, that they would be having an amazing ideas. And interesting enough, this is definitely something that we are also in Finland often the teachers are struggling with, that you come up with beautiful, huge, big ideas. And if only I would have the money to do that and funds to do that, but often you don't. And then you just have to come up, okay, so what would be the way to make the same idea, but just with this limited financial possibility that we have?
I think also, teachers are also always very kind of innovative, at least. What I have seen is finding out solutions for that. And the thing is, for example, coding. If we think about coding, we often think about computers. And coding you can teach without computers, without any kind of technical equipment. You can teach coding, because coding is kind of a command to do something, to go forward or to go that way or so forth. And these kind of things you can do with stories and with even with maybe stones or sticks or something. And this is something that you need to be more innovative as well in how to implement it with the materials and resources what you have. I was teaching students in Al-Hol prison camp. They don't have even almost pens and papers, and I had to teach them how to read and how to do mathematics, and they were ages of 3 to 19. All different ages, and they were learning things even though they didn't have any materials or equipment in a prison camp in Syria, in the most kind of horrible situation. So you need to be and this is also again the innovator's mindset in a way. So
actually, yeah,
it's a very, very good point. Yeah.
And you will see this if maybe everyone will agree with me. This is the case of Gaza. Gaza, they are very creative. Because they went and still going through very, very difficult situation, and they are always trying to find solutions. They are always persistent. They want to make use of everything. They look for other solutions. They told me some stories about electricity with the interviews. The teachers, they do like magical things to have the class with their students and so on. So you will see that they are always seeing what are solutions they can do, because they know any minute they will have no internet, any minute they will have no electricity, and so on. So I agree with you. Sometimes when you don't have the means, you will become more creative to find solutions in order for life to go on.
That is absolutely true. That is exactly how it is. And so Teacher as an Innovator, that's the name of the program. Just remember to remind your teachers about that if they seem to forget that. So that's exactly what we are doing here. And Rana, very good point.
Iyad has been having his hand up for a long time. I have seen. Sorry.
Yes, do we have other hands up? Iyad, your turn.
I actually agree with my colleagues, all of them, regarding the kind of school. I was raising my hand from the time of the kind of schools that we will monitor the teachers in. I don't think we should take that into consideration, Rana. It's more enriching to adapt to the situation of that school, because the situation can happen even in the private sector. It's almost not that far off it. Thank you.
Perfect.
There is also Rola's comments in the chat box that for her, it doesn't matter which type of school, but regarding the geographic, it's important to be considered. So I think we seem to be agreeing on that.
One question is that, are we now kind of 7 mentors, or how many mentors do we have? 6, 7?
Active
Sarah,
ones.
can you tell us?
Maybe Sarah can send us an update, like whether some of those who haven't been attending are still participating and watching the videos, because it might be the case that some of them are actually looking the recordings afterwards and reading.
And actually, unfortunately, 2 of my alumni dropped because when they attended the 2 sessions, they felt that it's going to be a little bit heavy for them. Even the topic is new, so they will be having more effort understanding what their role. So now we are having only 1 alumni from Gaza, and we talked to another one yesterday. We see she may join. So this will make more. We need like more.
And how many schools do you have already? Like how many teachers are there from?
Let's wait until tomorrow, but I can say that I'm driven by, to tell you, I'm driven by the number of teachers we want. We want 25. So it's going to be, and the less number for each school is 2 teachers. So this is, I'm trying to play it like this, not to be over 25, but, and each school not less than 2 teachers. So still, I don't know exactly the number of schools.
I think we should start wrapping up. Anna, do you have something to add on this, or shall we move on?
Just wanted to say about the resources, the existing resources, that having a network like this, the mentors and all the schools that will be in this, and Khutbah will also be a way to find resources that you may not think there are from the others. Somebody might have an idea how to solve it, or someone to point you at. So a network will help you also with the resources.
Good.
Thank you. Ilona, can you show the last slide? Was there something to just
I
to
thought
wrap
it's
up?
2nicer to see everybody's faces when we are talking. So.
Yes, I agree. Thank
you. I had made also for the same Mentimeter what we had kind of assessment for us, for the mentors, if we want to go through this, like a few things, or do we have time for that? I don't know.
Well, maybe that's a quick way to
share
the experiences at this point, and to close the pre-program training in a way.
So if you go to the same Mentimeter, I don't know if you have those.
Maybe we copy again to the chat box. Yes.
Yeah. I'm trying. Just a minute, because I have to take it off.
So you can open your chat box already, and immediately when Ilona posts it, you're like, ding.
Yeah. So
Hassan, you have a question.
I have a last question for you. Are we going to have maybe meetings with you, OAP, after each sprint, maybe to reflect on the progress of the mentees on the program?
Thank you for the question. Yeah. Anna, do you want to?
Yes, at the end of each sprint, I don't have the slide up anymore, but at the end of each sprint, after the reflection with everyone, including the teachers, we will have another hour of reflection with the trainers and just you mentors to reflect on the past sprint, and also talk about the next steps in the next sprint. So that will be your time with us.
Yeah, thank you.
You should be able to find from that Mentimeter. I mean, there is like a 1 slide on questions, but you can just skip that one and come to this. How have you found this mentoring program? What we have been having? Obviously, this is something that we also want to, be developing to become better. There's only a few questions, so I have now a better understanding of my role as a mentor. I have learned new ideas and strategies for mentoring. I am excited to start the mentoring process. So let's see. You can just, you can find, or you can also, if you don't find the link from the, and I don't know if you use it, but you can go to this www.menti.com. If you have it on mobile phones, I mean, this is something that we use also in Finland, that you can go to the mobile phone kind of and then just put the code 17729817 if you have the internet on your mobile phone.
But everybody, if you haven't clicked the link at the chat box, do
We
that.
have five people there now, so almost everybody soon. But it looks promising, at least, that we have been able to give you a better understanding as the role, and you have learned new ideas and strategies, and then to go forward.
There's a comment in the chat box that I'm excited but anticipate what might happen with us. Do you want to comment on that, Ilona?
What will happen with you?
Well,
hopefully it will be also a learning process for you, isn't it? I think this is what we started with in the beginning as well, that it is a kind of a learning process for you. So you are also now taking the leap to the growth zone and also the learning zone. And you know, as adults, sometimes it's always difficult if we think about it, that when we were children, you know, we were all the time learning, and sometimes when you're learning as an adult, you have to go back to that kind of a child within you, that to admit that we don't, you know, I don't know so much, and I'm learning, and so this is also again coming out of the comfort zone, so to speak, and remember, it is not as scary as it looks, even to be a mentor. So,
thank you, Ilona.
Thank you.
I think we are
Good.
we have reached the end of the pre-program mentor training, but as said before, we will be seeing you alone again, and also within the bigger group, and there will be having these breakout rooms, and we will be attending those. And remember that you can, especially like I will be checking my emails and WhatsApp and answering everything that you might have in questions at the Google Classroom. It will be still active like throughout the whole spring, basically. So just take that into consideration if you come up with any questions or thoughts, or don't know what to do, when to meet, or any kind of like practical or content-wise, any issues or questions. We are here for you all to make this journey easy and inspiring for everybody. Anna, you want to say
just something I wanted to add before we close. I think something I'm really excited about, because for me, Kutva is much more than just a group of people working together. It's a community, and this is a chance for you to welcome new members to your community when the teacher program starts. And I'm really glad I get to be a part of this community. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone, so much. And
thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for having the time with us.
Thank you for you.
Thank you. Thank you for everything. Thank you, Kutva. Thank you, Dana.
Thank you.
Thank you. Looking forward to seeing you all on the 14th.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
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 Hope to fly there with you.
Bye.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah. No niin. Hyvä.